Listen carefully. In the quaint village of Mithila, nestled between rolling hills and lush fields, lived a young man named Raju. He was known far and wide, not for his industrious spirit, but rather for his uncanny ability to navigate the fine line between laziness and cleverness. Raju had found himself in the role of a servant, not out of choice, but due to circumstances that life had thrust upon him. Raju's days were spent in the opulent mansion of the village landlord, where he toiled reluctantly under the watchful eyes of the master. His every move was marked by a certain nonchalance, an artful dance of lethargy that concealed a mind astute enough to avoid unnecessary exertion. Yet, amidst the monotony of his servitude, Raju's heart harbored a secret: his love for Sunita, a fellow servant in the grand estate. Sunita, with her sparkling eyes and a spirit as free as the wind, shared Raju's penchant for cleverness. Together, they were the mischievous duo of the mansion, masters in the craft of indolence. Their camaraderie flourished as they exchanged glances, finding solace in their shared disdain for laborious tasks. The lazy servant, however, had aspirations beyond his current station. He dreamt of a life where he and Sunita could escape the shackles of servitude and revel in the simplicity of their shared existence. Marriage, it seemed, was the only path that would grant them the freedom they both craved. As the days passed, Raju and Sunita plotted their escape, weaving a web of clever schemes that would lead them to their shared destiny. The lazy servant's mind, sharp as a dagger, carved intricate plans that allowed them to avoid the prying eyes of the master, while cherishing stolen moments in the quiet corners of the mansion. Their love story unfolded like a clandestine dance, hidden beneath the veils of lazy afternoons and stolen glances. The mansion, a silent witness to their forbidden affections, bore witness to a romance that blossomed amidst the chores and drudgery. However, the mansion held secrets of its own. Unbeknownst to the lazy servant and his beloved, the master had caught wind of their furtive whispers and exchanged glances. Suspicion brewed like a storm on the horizon, threatening to shatter the delicate equilibrium that Raju and Sunita had carefully maintained. One day, as the lazy servant reclined beneath the shade of an ancient banyan tree, the master summoned him to the grand hall. Fear gripped Raju's heart as he stood before the stern countenance of the master, who had uncovered the clandestine affair. In that moment, Raju's cleverness danced on the precipice of disaster. With a quick mind and a silver tongue, he spun a tale of innocence, convincing the master that their interactions were nothing more than harmless banter between two overworked souls seeking solace. The master, though suspicious, chose to believe the lazy servant's convincing performance. Little did he know that Raju's clever evasion was merely a temporary respite, a delay in the inevitable revelation of their love. The lazy servant and Sunita continued their covert romance, fueled by the urgency of impending doom. They stole moments in the moonlit gardens, where whispers of love mingled with the fragrance of night-blooming jasmine. Their stolen glances and clandestine rendezvous became the fuel that kept the flame of their love burning in the face of adversity. As the days turned into weeks, Raju and Sunita's love story reached a crossroads. The master, growing increasingly suspicious, intensified his scrutiny. The lazy servant's clever maneuvers were reaching their limits, and the mansion, once a haven for stolen affections, had become a labyrinth of secrets. One fateful night, as Raju and Sunita met beneath the sprawling branches of the banyan tree, their clandestine love affair reached its climax. The master, having observed their surreptitious rendezvous, confronted the lazy servant with an ultimatum: end the forbidden romance or face expulsion from the mansion. The threat of separation hung heavy in the air, casting a shadow over the lovers' hearts. Raju, though clever, was not immune to the pangs of love. The prospect of losing Sunita, his partner in indolence and confidant in cleverness, shattered the carefully constructed walls around his heart. In that moment of reckoning, Raju made a choice that would define not only the lazy servant's fate, but also the destiny of their love. He stood before the master, his eyes reflecting a mixture of defiance and vulnerability, and declared his love for Sunita. The master, surprisingly moved by the sincerity in Raju's confession, softened his stance. Rather than expelling them from the mansion, he proposed an alternative, a challenge that would test the lazy servant's cleverness and determine the authenticity of their love. The challenge was simple yet profound. Raju and Sunita had to prove the depth of their love by taking on additional responsibilities within the mansion. The lazy servant, faced with the prospect of hard work, hesitated for a moment. But the fire of love burned brighter than the fear of labor, and with Sunita by his side, he accepted the challenge. Days turned into weeks as Raju and Sunita embraced their newfound responsibilities. The mansion, once a witness to their clandestine love, transformed into a stage for redemption and transformation. The lazy servant, driven by love and the desire to rewrite his fate, toiled alongside Sunita with a newfound determination. Their efforts did not go unnoticed. The master, observing the change in the lazy servant's demeanor and the sincerity in their shared labor, softened his heart. The mansion, once a fortress of secrets, became a canvas for a love story that defied the odds. As the lazy servant and Sunita worked side by side, their love story underwent a metamorphosis. The stolen glances and covert rendezvous were replaced by shared laughter and genuine companionship. The mansion, now a witness to their redemption, bore witness to a love that had evolved from the shadows into the light. One day, under the same banyan tree where their clandestine romance had begun, Raju and Sunita stood hand in hand. The master, acknowledging their sincerity and transformation, bestowed his blessing upon their union. The lazy servant, once a symbol of clever evasion, had become a testament to the transformative power of love. And so, in the village of Mithila, where the hills whispered tales of love and redemption, Raju and Sunita embarked on a new chapter of their lives. Their wedding, a celebration of love that had overcome the barriers of laziness and cleverness, resonated through the village. The lazy servant, now a husband and a changed man, and Sunita, his partner in love and mischief, embraced the future with open hearts. The mansion, no longer a fortress of secrets, stood as a symbol of resilience and the triumph of love over adversity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the village of Mithila, Raju and Sunita walked hand in hand into the embrace of their shared destiny. The lazy servant, once defined by his aversion to labor, had rewritten his story, proving that love, when tested and transformed, could overcome even the most indolent of hearts. And so, in the tapestry of their love, woven with threads of drama, cleverness, and redemption. Raju and Sunita's story echoed through the hills, a testament to the extraordinary power of ordinary heart.